We are all called to greatness, but let us not confuse greatness with celebrity. Martin Luther King will aptly say, anyone can be great, for greatness is determined by service. James Clear, in the last part of his book, Atomic Habits, lays out the basis of science and experience how to grow from an average person to an excellent person. I summarized these strategies in 7 points in this video. So, the first one, work with your genes, not against them. We all come into this world with a sum of talents in the raw state. Some are slender, others not. Some speak really fast, some not. Some are introverted, some not. But everyone is born with assets that make them unique. To be really good at something requires being able to know our natural abilities and to use them as allies. Well, genes are a key factor in achieving our goals. They certainly don't determine our future, but they are essential in directing our efforts to achieve the maximum. Working hard with our genes is the easiest and best way to be truly excellent. The rule here is simple. You have to work hard on the things that come easily. You can't be 5 feet and expect to be the best basketball player of all time. As physician Gable Mate points out, genes may predispose, but they don't predetermine. We tend, however, to downplay most of the time the power of effort, the magic of constant practice that can transform some of our inadequacies. It's easy to say, not good at memorizing. In fact, unless one has looked for and tried memorization methods, no one has a right to say that he or she isn't good at memorizing. James Clear puts it well when he says this, until you work as hard as those you admire, never explain their success by luck. Every success comes with great effort, but this effort must be directed toward those things for which one has a natural predisposition. And this fact leads us to the following point. Do some introspection. We have to sit and think. In one of his newsletters, James Clear says this, life is easier when you know what you want, but most people don't take the time to know what they want. It's not that we are completely lost, but our efforts are often slightly misdirected. People work for years and end up with a lifestyle that isn't quite what they hoped for, often simply because they never clearly defined what they wanted. 1 hour of reflection can save you a decade of work. So introspection is necessary to know our predefined abilities and how to use them for our benefit. More than just knowing our personality type, James suggests some questions to think about that might push us in certain directions. But first, he defines 4 qualities of a great career in order of importance. First, I deeply love what I do. The second is, I am good at what I do in my field. And the third one is, I make a good living. And the last one is, I am surrounded by people who fascinate me. To do some introspection work, James advises answering in reverse order. So the first question to ask oneself in the introspection work is, in what areas are the people who fascinate me? Or what do the people who fascinate me do? The second question in relation to the third quality of a great career is, how and in which of these areas can I make money? The third one is, in these possibilities, what are the areas in which I am good at? Areas in which I have advantages. What comes naturally to me? What makes me lose track of time when I do it? Where can I perform better than the average person? And the fourth one in relation to the first quality of a great career is, which ones do I really love to do? What do I think is fun and work for others? At the end of this process, we have a short list, and this is where habits come into play. And there is only one rule: try, fail, and learn. Personally, this YouTube channel is one of the items on my list, although not the number one. So I'm currently in the try, fail, and learn stage as far as this channel is concerned. And that's the title of the first strategy: try, fail, and learn. With some good introspective work, like the one explained above, we can identify some key areas in which we might have a chance to be better than the average person. Knowing up to 5 things, the instruction is try, fail, and learn. Of course, we cannot try everything because life is short. But what's useful in trials and failures is that they show us our weaknesses and strengths and thereby guide our next attempts. The failures of the first trials lead us to fall in love with what we're trying, or in the other case, allows us to discover precious information about ourselves that we could have not discovered otherwise, which allows us to recognize more easily what could work for us, orienting thereby the following trials. Trying something does not mean doing it for a few weeks and stopping. It means being able to stick with it for as long as possible and stopping only by our own decisions, not a decision guided by failures or the gaze of others. Yes, the gaze of others. Others who are not actually looking at us. The point is that the more we work ourselves, the more we discover areas where we might be different from others. And James Clear says it so well. When you can't win by being better, you can win by being different. And this is where specialization reveals its strength. The fourth strategy, specializing. Specialization is a powerful way to overcome the accident of bad genetics. The more you master a specific skill, the harder it becomes for others to compete with you. Whatever you choose, it is crucial, if you want to be excellent, to be as specific as possible. Anyone can have a general knowledge or average mastery of something, even without any talent. But the greatest have mastered the skills to perfection to become masters. 5. Become familiar with boredom. If not, learn to fall in love with it. It's crucial to know that being really good at something is also about getting familiar with boredom, or continuing to do the thing, especially when you don't feel like it. No matter how much excitement you get in the beginning or whatever strategy you use, there will be a time when you get bored of doing the thing over and over again. Unfortunately, this is the path to success. Repetition, repetition, repetition. The only way to become excellent is to be endlessly fascinated by doing the same thing over and over again. You have to fall in love with boredom, says James Clear. 6. Strategy. Set reflection periods to evaluate and correct. Acquiring a habit, as said before, helps to forge our identity. And the more we practice a habit, the more unconscious it becomes, and the less likely we are to notice small errors that could creep into it, and subsequently into the identity we try to forge. Thus, habit formation has a downside. It can blind us and sometimes prevent us from making changes to improve the way we implement a habit. So, set reflection periods to evaluate and correct. The 7th strategy, stay flexible and agile. The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu understands this well when he says, "Men are born soft and supple, that they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant, that they are brittle and dry." Thus, whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. That which is hard and strong goes to its death. That which is soft and tender and weak is going to life. These are the 7 strategies I took away from reading the last part of James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, combined with some of his newsletters. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And above all, reflect. Take time to reflect and try. Knowledge is useless until it is put into action. Information is not power. Information has the potential to be power. Tell me which of the strategies spoke to you in the comments section and see you next.